Ecclesiastes 8:17. Then I beheld all the work of God, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun, because though a man labor to seek it out, yet he shall not find it. Yea, further, though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it. Whew, that's a heavy one, because nowadays everybody claims to have all the answers, but you realize that the beginning of wisdom is the fear of God. This scripture really speaks volumes of why that is, because everybody claims to have all the answers and think they know the way for everybody's situation, but we really don't. Christ is the way. When you follow Christ individually on your path, and you do what it is that God is calling you to do, then you will understand why it is that you must put your faith in God. You must walk on the narrow path for yourself. You can't save nobody. You can give people the words, you can support people, you can guide people, but you got to understand, some people are just going to betray you. They're going to backslide. They're going to do all type of stuff. You have to pray to God and ask God who it is He needs you to trust in, chosen ones. There's going to be times where you are going to really struggle with trying to understand who you can trust on this path, on this journey, who it is supposed to come with you. You might not have a lot of people with you. It might just be one or two people that God may bring with you. You might just have donkey. You know what I'm saying? You might be on that Shrek journey. But seriously, all jokes aside, God will show you, just like in Donkey, just like in Shrek. You know, with Donkey, like he had a friend that was for him, and he and everybody wasn't for Shrek. I'm just saying as an example. I know a lot of people watch this movie. It's a great movie, right? But I'm just saying, when you got a protagonist and an antagonist inside a movie like Shrek, he had to go against these wicked people that were working with magic, working with all different type of stuff on all this in the Shrek movies, right? People trying to stop the destiny that he had, you know, that was for his journey. It was meant for him to have a wife, a princess. It was meant for him to do what he did, and it all happened according to the storyline, right? According to what God was doing, in other words, right? And it's the same thing for you, chosen ones. Like, you gotta understand, the only way your situation is gonna work is when you wait on God. Only God knows what's gonna happen in your situation. The wisest decision that you're gonna ever make, or the wisest decisions that you'll ever make, is trusting in God, is praying in God, is paying attention to the times and the signs, is paying attention to the discernment that God is giving you by you following His commandments, by you trusting in what He's doing, right? Because there's a lot of times where people are going to try to tell you what's best for your life. There's a lot of times where people are going to try to lead you towards the direction, lead you astray. But you got to understand that if you're not staying prayed up, if you're not making your individual choices according to the word, according to the narrow path, according to, you know, what God is showing you in your life, I don't care how many videos you watch, I don't care what people tell you, how much money they have, how many people they influence, how rich they are, how many rich people they know. I don't care what they drive. I don't care who they are. They could be the most beautiful person in the world that everybody wants to talk to. It doesn't matter. The only way that it's going to work for your life is when you trust in the Creator, is when you allow your wisdom to come from God, which is you following that narrow path, right? It's nothing new under the sun, and everything under the sun is only going to be revealed to the people who is here to reveal, and for it to be revealed to, right? When God allows them to comprehend, if they're able to overcome the grief that comes with this truth, if they're able to be able to maintain with this comprehension and understanding of what's really going on in this lifetime. It takes time. It takes prayer. It takes acceptance. It takes peace. It takes a lot of love, a lot of charity. It's not easy to forgive people. Sometimes you gotta realize we're just all being tempted by the enemy. That's why we have to pray to God to deliver us from evil. Lead us not into temptation. We respect the work that God do. We respect His love that God has allowed us to receive, because we show Him with the grace, with the mercy, with the discipline that we allow over our lives. You can't be out here trying to compete with everybody, trying to be like people that you don't know what they're going through behind the scenes. You don't know what they have to go through to be where they're at. I don't care how they look, how nice they look, how rich they are. You don't know. That person might get around you, and you could be the reason why their life get worse, and now you have an enemy. Just because you thought that it was meant for you to be around somebody that maybe God didn't want you to be around. You thought that just because somebody was giving you some type of opportunity, you thought that you could go and try to, just take the opportunity just because, it was going to put you on a different financial bracket, right? But you got to realize everything comes with a consequence, right? Everything comes with a responsibility. Everything comes with experiences and lessons. Every decision we make comes with different trials and tribulations. So as wise as we think we are when it comes down to following the things that other people do, or listen to everything other people try to tell us to do over our lives, as wise as we think other people are when they try to give us advice on how to make decisions in our own lives, we got to realize that there's nothing new under the sun, and no matter what anybody tell you, nobody can really tell you what's best for you. The only thing that ever revealed to you what's best for your life and the wisest decisions to make is God. And the only one that's going to know is going to be you and God. You are non-creator, right? We might not never know what's going to be best for anybody's lives. That's the only way we're going to know is if God reveals it to us. And we still not going to know it for everybody's life, because we're not God. We're just vessels. We're being used according to what God is asking us to do based off of the signs that He's given us in our lives. So hopefully that resonates. There's a lot in this message I just put out there. I'll probably get back at it to help clean up certain things I just said, because I know I just said a lot and everybody might not be able to comprehend or keep up with what I'm talking about, which is fine, But if you did, give this video a like and subscribe, comments, share. Don't be afraid. I don't bite, you know what I mean? I'm here, I come in peace and love, and I hope that this resonates with the right ones, all right? Just Righteous Water Flows. Hopefully this reaches the right people. I gotta go, y'all. Have a great day. One love, y'all.